So I just wanted to go over some changes that are going on with the Medicare prescription drug plan starting in 2025. Now, the whole thing with this presentation is just to get the information out there early so that the annual enrollment period in 2024 will be a little easier, and obviously any changes that are made will be effective January 1st of 2025. So we're going to demonstrate the shift in cost from Medicare and those Medicare recipients that have a lot of medicines or expensive prescriptions, and just understand like who is going to be paying and how this is going to need to be adjusted. I really do have a passion for educating my clients and for the people I partner with to let them know where things are going and how they can make these changes to help them. So if we look here in this chart, so the orange part is the enrollees. The light blue is going to be the Part D plan. The teal color is the drug manufacturer, and the dark blue is going to be Medicare. So last year in 2023, you'll see that the deductible was 100% paid by the enrollee. Then once they hit the initial coverage stage, the Part D plan paid 75%, and the enrollee would pay 25%. At that point, then it would move to the coverage gap or the donut hole, and the drug manufacturer would be paying 70%, and the Part D plan would be paying 5%. And so what happened was the out-of-pocket spending for our enrollee was a flat 25% for their prescriptions. So that's why there was always an increase in their prescriptions at that point, because they're paying a 25% copay. Then once they mix that out-of-pocket spending, then they enter the catastrophic stage, and at that point the Part D plan was paying 15%. Medicare was paying actually 80% of the cost, and then our enrollee was paying 5%. So as we fast forward to this year and 2024, with the Inflation Reduction Act beginning and making some changes, you'll see that the deductible and the initial coverage stage are very much the same. However, when we get to the donut hole, the shift changed just a little bit with the Part D plans, and they started paying 20% of the cost, and Medicare would pay 80%, and then our enrollees would pay a 0% after they hit their out-of-pocket max, which was $3,250. Now, moving forward in 2025, the initial coverage stage does change. So you see the deductible stage stays the same, but there's a shift in cost in the initial coverage stage. So the Part D plans are going to be paying 65% instead of 75%. The drug manufacturers are going to be paying 10%, and then our enrollee are paying 25%. However, that out-of-pocket max has been reduced to $2,000. And so the donut hole has been taken out. The coverage gap stage is no longer going to be a factor. It's no longer here, and they go straight from the initial coverage stage into the catastrophic stage. And at this point, you see the Part D plan paying 60% versus 20, and then the drug manufacturer paying 20%, and then Medicare only paying 20% versus the 80% they were paying this year. So this is going to be a huge change because it's going to have it's going to spread the cost out, and those Part D plans or carriers are going to have to pick up more of that cost. So let's kind of see what changes that's going to that cost sharing is going to have. So in 2023, the Part D vaccination was expanded to be a no charge for our our clients. And then the insulin savings program began. So that capped the cost for insulin at $35 for 1 month's supply for covered insulin. So that was great for our clients. That's going to stay in place moving forward. And in 2024, the catastrophic stage, once it hits that out-of-pocket max, our clients are only paying $0, and the plan is picked up the 5% previously paid by our clients. So now the plan was paying the 5% difference with their enrollee paying $0 after they met their out-of-pocket max. So moving forward in 2025, the annual pocket max is lowering from $8,000 to $2,000. And then, like I mentioned before, the donut hole is being eliminated. So that coverage gap stage will no longer be there. But the big thing is the cost sharing with Medicare is going from 80% down to 20%. So what does that mean? So due to this new legislation, it's going to be required to adjust to manage the higher cost of these prescriptions. So these are some changes that are predicted for 2025. So higher premiums on the prescription drug plans, meaning that they're going to be